Hello everyone and welcome to my 2025 bullet journal setup. Today we'll be going into this new journal that I have. I could not tell you, cannot remember where it is from, but if I can, I will find the link and put it in the description down below. I'm trying to get this lined up, but I can barely see. Anyways, so we're going to start. Well, first of all, I'm going to go through what pages I'm going to be setting up in this, because I do my bullet journal kind of different from the norm. I have specific spreads that I use. I don't have like yearly collections, mostly because for me they're very hard to keep up with, and I'd rather have the things that I'd keep on a yearly basis. I don't use that data for any reason, so I'd rather not use up limited space that I have to keep that up. We'll just get into it because I feel like I'm losing it as I'm talking. So this right hand side, nope, that's wrong. This left hand side will be my key, and this right hand side will be my nameplate. As you can see, I've already sketched it out. It's gonna be a big old X, and then I've glued the two pages that come here together. It used to be another they call it a content page, but I've labeled it an index. So I'm gonna have two of those pre-set up already, thank goodness, because I usually set those up myself and then never fill them in. And then we have the nameplate, the 2025, basically like the cover page for the year. And then I have the page for my monthly calendars, because I didn't want 2025 to span a whole spread. I just wanted it to be one side, and then basically separate my monthly calendars out from my to be here pages. So if you take a look at my current bullet journal here, we've got nameplate. I don't have a key in this one because it's the same key I've been using for the past who knows how many years. I think I started bullet journaling in 2016, maybe earlier than that, but I don't have a key, I don't think. Oh no, I do. So I have like my nameplate, and then this was blank and I hated that, but I needed somewhere extra to put more stickers and stuff that I created and wanted to use. And then I have my key here and the index, which you can see the last time I updated it was July. I'm gonna go into it, and then I go into 2024 and my word of the year. I'm not gonna have a word of the year this time because I don't think I can stick to that in a sense, if that makes sense. It's more of like I did it to try it out and I realized I didn't like it because I didn't look back at it at all. But it was also something that I was actively trying to do all the time anyways, so having it at the front didn't really do much for me because it was already in my head. It wasn't something that I'd go back to remind myself to do. It was something that was always in my head anyways. So it looks nice and all of that, but I feel like it was a waste because I was already doing it anyways. So instead, I'm gonna have this be the yearly number, and then the title page for the next set of spreads, which is my monthly calendars, which as you can see are pre-set up, as in I do the backbone, which is just the outlines and the dates, I think, ahead of time, and then whatever happens during the month I'll put it in. Yeah, and so that's how it is. And then I have, oh goodness, please leave. And then after that is the monthly calendars, right? But then let me skip ahead. Okay, hello October, November, December. Here we go. Then we go into my yearly goals, and then my quarterly goals, which will be set up before January. So here's the thing. I'm still struggling to figure out which spreads to set up in this journal. In this video. Because what I'm thinking is I set up my key, my nameplate, my index, these two pages, the year number and the monthly calendars page, and then I skip towards my yearly goals and I set those up. And then in my January setup, I'll set up the January monthly page, this, and then my quarter one goals, then my January cover page, my January task and blank page, task and projects list and blank page, and then the first weekly. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. because I feel like, sure, it's a yearly setup, but I also want to like save something for me to do at the beginning of every month, because if I already have these set up, you're literally just gonna watch me do the cover page, my projects and tasks list in the first week, and that's it. That's all you're gonna see in the video. So I'm gonna leave something for me to do every month, which is also another thing, which is something I really like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into it. Oh, I need to get all of this stuff that I'm gonna be using. I put it all in the back pocket because that's what it's for. Is that everything? I believe that's everything. Get the eraser stuff out of there. This journal has pre-numbered pages, which is great because the way that I did it, the index pages aren't numbered, but this first page is, which is great. Beautiful. We love that, because then when it comes to the index, I can do monthly calendars page 1, and then I might skip actually numbering each month because that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to tab them anyways, and just keep this for like the big event or like notes that I take. So say like in this journal here, I have where did I put it? I believe it was in this one. So like here I have the housing ideas for my Final Fantasy characters. So like there's residential areas and whatever, and it's like all part of a role-playing stuff, whatever. But this, I would say this is on page 159, and I put that here in my index. I put Final Fantasy housing ideas 159 or something like that. That's how I do it. I wouldn't use it for like like my months, because like I tab them and then I use, that's what I was doing before, was using I was literally putting everything in the index, which makes this not an index. I believe that makes this a table of contents, which is they're two separate things. So yeah, I'm gonna try and stick true to the meaning of the word this year. But if I am wrong, editing me will fix that. But let's get into the setting up of the first spread. Okay, so my key has been semi-completed. Obviously there's still a little bit of cleaning up to do. I have no idea what kind of theme I want to do for this spread. I do have some New Year's sticker sheets coming out that I had just finished designing. Well, I just finished yesterday. However, I don't have anything to print them on, so I'm not going to be able to use them. But I've decided to go with my tried and true brown and blue theme. It's my favorite color combination of all time, and it's mostly what I have because I save a lot of the Amazon packaging paper. And it's brown, and it's a very lovely shade of craft brown, so I just saved those, and I use blue washi tape, blue markers, what have you, as that. So we're gonna move on to my nameplate now. I don't think I'm gonna do anything like this. I might put something in the corner over here just to balance it out, but the main focus is gonna be this, I think. So maybe I do this piece first with like a couple pieces of the washi tape, and then I do this because then this will have time to dry. And then I have to go pick up the cover for the glue because I just chucked it off like a maniac, purely by accident, I assure you, because I put it down on my left and my arm just went right into it and knocked it off. So I have to go and pick that up. There are ants on my desk and I don't know where they're coming from because I keep my desk very clean. They're all over the house and we just don't know where they're coming from. So I'm gonna use the dark blue grid washi and maybe a piece of this solid Scotch one. Thank you. I would put in a piece of gold, but I don't think I want to. But that's it. I'm gonna do the nameplate now. Okay, so the nameplate is somewhat done. I'm contemplating putting owns this journal or something on these lines. So it's like X owns this journal, but I'm gonna have to come back to that at a later time because I'm unsure. I haven't made my decision yet. I would use my corner rounder like after the fact. Like I'd cut these straight and then use a corner rounder to do it. But for some reason, whenever I get a corner rounder, right, and I don't use it in X amount of time, right? I don't use it for a good amount of time. It just stops being a corner rounder and just starts being a paper muncher. So I've got two, and it's just like I give up on corner rounders. I just give up on them because they gave up on me way too easily. And I don't know like if it's a storage issue or like I just don't use them often enough or whatever, but they just don't like me. So that's the key nameplate. And now we're on to the index, which is gonna stay like this. And I'm just going to use these little thingies that I did. I just did up some headers so that this would go a lot faster because I'm not penciling in, trying to get the middle of the page and all of that. I'm just not doing it this year whatsoever. So I know for a fact that I'm going to have something underneath them. The question is, should I make it washi, which is slightly transparent, or should I use this squeeze, which is what I'm thinking of doing. That's actually like a really good fit, but I do want it to be a tiny bit skinny. Or yeah, so see that there's just a little bit of a gap on either side. Even if it is just a tiny bit smaller on one end, it adds to the ripped. Like this is ripped paper. Oh, that is not straight in the slightest. Dang. And it does matter. I was gonna say, hopefully it does not matter, but it does. There is a pipe out there, I think, methinks, that like the wind hits at just the right angle to make like a whistling sound, and it's so nice. I freaking love when that happens for some reason. Like it's just, I'm not even gonna bother to erase that because what's the point? I'm gonna cover it anyways. I got up this morning and I was like, okay, first thing I'm gonna do is record this video. I'm in the shower and the water pressure starts to go down and I'm just like, hold on, am I losing my mind or is this something I need to talk to dad about? And then I get out because I washed my hair. I washed my hair today. So I was in there for a bit longer than normal. So I get out and it's like silent. I'm like, hold on. What the heck is happening? I open the bathroom door and like the clock's off. I'm like, okay, power's out. Understood. And I'm like, oh, it just had to be today, didn't it? It just had to be now. Power could have gone out later in the day and I would have been fine. But it just had to go out now when I was getting ready to start recording this video. So I come into here, into my room, and I start fixing my hair because I was like, if I might as well like finish whatever the heck I was doing. So I start fixing my hair with all the products and whatever the heck. And as I'm putting in the mousse, the room becomes purple. Because the power comes back on and my lights are, I want to say automated. They're semi-automated because I run them through an app. The bulbs, I run them through an app. So I turn them off through the app. I don't flip the switch. So the switch is in the on state so that the bulbs are online. So when the power chips out, you don't notice, but when it comes back on, they turn back on because they get a sudden surge of current. So like my room just became purple and I was like, oh, cool, power's back on. It wasn't even off. I don't think it was off for more than 20 minutes, but I didn't even notice that it was off. So it could be more than that. Anyways, as I was rambling about the power, the index is done. That's all I'm going to do for the index. So we're going to do this page now, and I think I'm just going to keep talking to y'all. If not, editing me exists for a reason. So what I did setting up for this was use some of the craft paper and just do out the numbers. So I have them here because I was originally going to do the black straight on this, but the paper is quite thin, and this black is well, any dark color really on non 160 GSM paper is going to bleed through. It's going to shadow, it's going to bleed, it's going to seep through, it's going to make itself known on the other side. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to end up using craft paper anyways. So I might as well just do something like this and speed up the process. Now, here's the issue. I believe it's an issue. It might not be an issue. I need to clean my desk, like ridiculously. I need to clean it so bad. Just put stuff back where it came from. We're going to stick these in and we're going to be happy about it and we're going to move on. Because while we can create what we want, sometimes you just gotta sit on it for a minute, you know? Gotta sit on it for a minute and just think, this is kind of what I wanted, and maybe it's better than what I wanted, you know? Maybe it's better. Is this even on straight? Doesn't matter if it's on straight or not. No. I think I'm just saying that for coping mechanisms, but no, it doesn't matter if it's on straight or not, because this page doesn't have a grid to align to, so this is a blank page. Word of advice, if you're dealing with glue sticks and paper all the time, keep a packet of baby wipes in your desk, like on your desk, close by, because glue is sticky and you're gonna transfer it to literally everything if you don't wipe it off. Especially me, where I use extra strength, and I don't mind if they overlap. I actually like that they overlap. I want them to overlap. because then it adds to the, oh, this is a separate thing that's been stuck in, you know? So that's gonna overlap, but it's gonna like go beneath the 5 anyways, so it'll probably look more cohesive than I thought it would, than I originally thought it would. So I'm talking a lot more in this video than I thought I was going to be, and I hope that's okay, because I originally wasn't planning on talking as much in this video. I was hoping to do it like pretty edited, pretty sped up, but this is a chance to, I don't know, save myself the hassle, I guess, of doing a voiceover, remembering what I did, even though it's right in front of me. Plus, a lot of this I could just cut out and speed up, you know? All depends on my mood. Here we go, and the last number, 5. I can't believe that it's 2025. I can't believe it. It feels to me like it was just starting 2024, and I don't know what I was, but I don't think I was in a good space. I really don't. I got a job, then realized, damn, my anxiety's stronger than I thought it was. Yeah, it just wasn't fun. 3 months in, and I quit because, damn, I can't deal with people, especially those people. This is gift wrapping paper. Gift wrapping paper, that's good. But here's the thing, I want this to be thinner because I can't necessarily write on it. And it doesn't have to be fancy. I just need it to be something that separates this paper from the grid paper, so that when I write calendars underneath in brown, because I'm a lunatic, it's gonna look better. But yeah, I got a job in July, I want to say. I think it was July. And then I realized I'm just not a people person. Like, forget the anxiety. I just can't deal with people because I feel like I have this, I don't know if it's a toxic trait or not, but it could be, where it's like, if people just don't understand common sense, I don't want to talk to them. Because how hard is it for you to put together 2 and 2? It shouldn't be that hard. But like, some people just struggle. Like, the saying really is true. Common sense ain't all that common anymore. But honestly, dealing with some people, especially at a liquor store, absolutely not. No. I'm just not fit for it. I'm not made for it. I'd end up in jail faster than I'd get fired. But thankfully, our big boss lady is so freaking understanding. Like, she's so understanding. So like, when I sent in my resignation letter and I said my mental health wasn't worth this paycheck, she was like, boom, I'm there. She was at the store in like the next 5 minutes, and she had a meeting with me, and she was like, if this is not what you want to do, cool beans, go do what you want to do. Don't sit here and suffer. Go do what you want to do. And so that very same day I quit, and I came back to my business, and I felt so much better since, because during those months I was working such disgusting times that I literally had no time to myself to do anything for me. Like, it was wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, sleep. I barely had time to eat. I barely had time to relax. If I wasn't at work, I was sleeping, and I hated it because my main thing in life was my creativity. That was my quote unquote escape, but it was also like, this is just my outlet of energy. This is how I process the world, and it was taken away from me, and then I was shoved into a schedule that just did not vibe, because at the same time I was diagnosed with everything. So like, I was adapting to that, and then realizing, oh, that's why schedules don't work for me, but it's also why I need a schedule. It's also why I need stability, because without stability, my anxiety triggers, and then it's a whole mismatch of connectivity that I really didn't want to be connected, but it is connected because nature said F you at the character selection screen. So that's just the ramble of a rant that I have while I do this. Folk calligraphy is fun. Is that like a collective agreement that people have? Like, folk calligraphy is just fun. Like, look at that. That's so nice. I don't even know if that's centered, and to be honest with you, don't care. Really don't care. I just like how that looks. This, I can't tell if this can be glued down, but yeah, dang Skippy, I'm gonna try. I got it. Sick. I still haven't gotten up to get the glue stick cover. Oh well. Well, that's 2025 and the monthly calendar is done. Title page done. And now, I feel like I want to add something to this, but I don't know what. Maybe I'll go in with this and add some flowers or dots or something. I don't know, but I feel like it's missing something and I don't know what it is. I might be able to just like put some like washi tape and do like the washi tape's behind the black but on top of the brown sort of situation. I don't know, but I'll figure it out at a later date. Apologies for the audio, but I did actually update my 2025 cover page. The brown just wasn't doing it for me. I felt like it was too much. I felt like it was too crowded, so I just decided to rip it up at the expense of the page. It is fine, it will recover. And then I covered it with some black cardstock and printed out 2025 with a brown outline instead, and then pasted it in all wibble wobbly, added some stars up and onward to 2025. And I much prefer this over the brown. I don't know what it was. I really like the craft paper, but I feel like it was just too much on this page, especially because this page was just so blank. So I guess the black and the white contrast is what I really wanted. But yeah, I'm happy with this now. So yep, just a quick editing update. Now we're going to move on to my yearly goals, and that's going to be the last spread that I'm setting up in this video. So I'm going to walk you through what I've decided to do for this one. I think I can. I hope I can. So in my previous journal, I do have a goals section here, and it wasn't the greatest setup. It was just a setup that I started with just to figure stuff out. So these are the main goals, and these are like the main action lists that I came up with. So like I had 4 sections: personal, business, faith, education. I've discarded faith as of the middle of the year, I believe, because I really need to think about it. And I didn't plan this very well because I needed to tab in the education section, but that was the main one. And then I had a quarter, where is it? Oh, we're getting real close to the camera. Because I forgot how time works, I just like at the beginning of my, I believe this is April, yeah. At the beginning of my April setup, I put my quarter 2 goals and actions. And I had it like thought out. It was like a check-in, but also like, here's where I am and here's where I want to go next sort of situation. So I created a bunch of that. And then I realized I wasn't looking back at these often enough because I wasn't doing my planning quarterly. I wasn't paying attention to the quarters or anything. So quarter 2 was the last time I checked in for my goals. But what I'm going to do now this year personally, say this year, 2025, I'm going to try my hardest to dedicate the spreads like how I have my quarter 1 goals and tasks. So like at the end of March, I'm going to plan the page, my quarter 2 page, before I even start thinking about April. I'm going to do that. I'm going to set it up. Hopefully I'm going to be able to set it up to work like that. But here I've got my yearly goals. So these are just the big chunky goals, right, that I've got. I could only come up with 3 main sections, which is personal, business, and health. And then I realized, oh, my business actually has 2 sides to it, which gives me a 4th section technically. So I've got Shadow Bunko, which is the website, and my sticker business, and then I've got my online presence, which is Xseed, which is me streaming and making videos on my gaming channel, stuff like that. So then I have I broke it down into my topics: personal, the main goals in that; business, the main goals in those; and health, the main goals in that. And then I have the quarterly goals that are basically the actions needed to be done to achieve the major goal, and then I've broken those down. So like my yearly goals is gonna have like the big boys, like I said, in each section, and then the quarterly goals is gonna have the smaller steps to achieve those big sections. I feel like I just repeated myself, but in a different way. Anyways, so on the quarterly goals are gonna be like the little steps. Like, say for example, in personal, my main goal is to read more books, but then in the quarterly goal, I'm gonna put under the personal tab, read 1 book. Just somewhere to start, somewhere to begin, like put my foot down and be like, okay, I can start by doing this. I can add a tick to this box by doing this. So that's what that's going to be. But we're not going to set up my quarterly goals. Like I said, we're going to set up my yearly goals. So right now, I think I'm going to keep this as simple as I possibly can. So I'm going to go in with the header. I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to divide off the sections. So I do believe I need to erase, which is fine. I didn't make any smaller headers, like subheaders. I don't feel like it. I wanted to do more writing in the journal. Here we go. I did go and get the cover for the glue because even though I have a box of these, like, I don't want them to dry out prematurely. I want to use them, get my money's worth. And I've been through a lot of these. Let me tell you, I've been through a lot. And I don't know if I prefer these over tape rollers, but I feel like for me, mechanical stuff like that always breaks before it should. No matter what brand I get, no matter what, how often I use it, how careful I am, they always break. Like whiteout, I hate liquid whiteout for one because it smells horrendous. But two, it always dries up because I don't use it often enough, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Good because that means I'm making less mistakes in my writing. Bad because it means like that's just money sitting there. Emergency services are passing by and they love to make themselves known. I'm going to use the brown one to do the divider. I'm just going to do the headers in black with the this is the pigment liner that I got on Amazon. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying my hardest to make goals and follow through with them. But yes, I've been trying. I want to get better at goal setting and following through with them because I think I struggle with feeling accomplished. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but like I feel like I struggle with feeling accomplished because I feel like I'm not aiming towards something. I'm not getting anything done. But I also think that comes from a deeper place that I don't know yet or want to know. Who knows at this rate? But yeah, it's a bit much. But if I put in some goals, I can set for myself what I want to do, what I want to achieve, and break it down and actually know what is happening. So like if it's not an arbitrary goal for something else, it's like I know what that is, I know what that means, and I know that I can make the steps to achieve it because I know how I want to go about doing it. I really want to get better at achieving my goals, setting them and achieving them. I was never good at it in school. You'd have to do like a thing. I don't remember what it was called. I don't think it was SMART. I don't remember. I'm going to stop rambling because I need to write these in and I need to concentrate so I don't make a mess. But I don't think I'm going to do that on camera because I really need to get into it. I really need to like put my head into it and get down to business. So I will actually pause the recording and get back to you when I've done that. We're back with my yearly goals finished. I will not be filling in this first one for health, even though I believe you already saw it in my brainstorming, sort of, but that's fine because this is a completely separate journal for me. Actually, that's not going to be on the internet because I don't want it to be. That's just more work, honestly. So we've got my yearly goals set up, and I do have like what in my key is labeled as a subtask. That's mostly, they're actually just more clarification on the goal, like what I mean. So like when I say read more books, and I have below it, read and memory keep books I have on my shelf. That's basically like what I want to focus on, I guess, is a good way to say it. Because my memory is absolute garbage. And I have a bunch of books on my shelves. And some of them I have read, but I have no idea what's in them. So like when I go to reread them, it's like I'm reading them again for the first time. And sometimes a little bit of the plot will get re-triggered or whatever. But having a space for me to like keep track of what I'm reading, what is happening in the book, why I picked this book, why I liked it if I did, what are some memorable parts about it, etc., etc. So I'm going to have a reading journal set up specifically for that, which is going to be the next video you see after this. And then I have like Be More Mindful, which is journal more. I still need to get a journal. A lot of the books that I have are dot grid, and I think I want a lined book that is like bound like these to use, but I don't know. I think I could have gotten one when I ordered these books, but I completely forgot. As I said before, my brain is mush. Use my time wisely, and I put below that like create a schedule so that I know what is happening when, and then I can like actually like do those things then and be productive throughout the day. My health is what it is, and then my business is separated into these two. So like I've got produce my products, basically turn whatever I create into a physical product, because a lot of the times when I'm drawing on my iPad, I'm drawing and I'm just like, oh, I want to like stick this to something, or like I want to put this into my whatever, and it's like I can do that. I just need to remember that I can do that and actually do that. Promote regularly is something that I struggle with since day one. With both my channels, with my business, I don't use social media regularly. I stay away from it because it's like when I say I don't use it, I mean like I don't actively post on it often enough to say that, like to claim that I use it. I'll go on it if like one of my friends says something and I get the notification, and I actually see that I get the notification, because a lot of times the notification will come in and I just ignore it, or like I don't see it at all, and so I'll just like go and check out what they've said or whatever, replied with or whatever. Create videos and create posts. So like videos like these that you're watching is what I'm talking about. So like the studio vlogs are a thing that I want to do. I might do like draw with me's or something, who knows at this point. Create posts. I've got a thing that I've started doing with creating posts for like promoting the sticker kits and the sticker sheets and whatever. I don't know if I've used them or not. I might have, I can't remember. Develop a workflow, which goes hand in hand with using time wisely, which is create a schedule and task lists that work together. So basically a struggle with time management, if that makes sense. Like, or like, I don't know if it counts as time blindness, but time for me kind of doesn't exist, but also is like a pain in my ass, because sometimes it's like I can do a task and be like, oh, this will take me maybe 20 minutes. And then I'll get so into it that it's actually taking me 2 hours to do. Or like, this is something that'll take me multiple days to do, and then I start it and I finish it in 4 minutes. Who freaking knows? Time is not my friend. So like I want to create like a thing that just helps me visualize time and tasks and see a pattern of what tasks take me longer than others, so that I can accommodate extra time to those, and see what tasks I can do real quick like that and accommodate time for those. And then the next one is for Exceed, which is my gaming personality, I call it. Basically, I just use a VTuber avatar simply for editing's sake, but it's a character that I created that actually has lore behind them and all of that, and I want to develop the lore on them. I want to like put it somewhere permanent, semi-permanent, because stuff can move around. I want to stream regularly. I want to make videos regularly. And then 4 is refer back to 3, which is develop a workflow, which is the create a schedule and task list that work together. And that is it for this. I might decorate this a little bit. I don't know. Maybe pull in something in the corner. Who freaking knows? We'll see. I'll probably do that at a different day. But I think that is actually it for this setup. So let's go back to the front, where we have my key, my nameplate, the index. I'm hoping I won't use up all of these two, because it was originally 3, but it's now down to 2. The cover for the year, the cover for my monthly calendars, and then we go all the way to my yearly goals. And that is it for this video. I still need to name my journal, so I might do that on Instagram, who knows, because this one is named Umbreon because it's a black journal, and Umbreon is one of my favorite evolutions. It's one of my favorites. I kind of like all of them, but like Umbreon's kind of like my like it's above the others in a little bit. I had a previous blue one that I named Piplup, and the previous green one I named Petalil, so you can see there's a theme. I believe it's this one. This one is Piplup, yeah. This one's Piplup. This one I think is this one's 2023. This is my 2023 journal, part 2, the second half of it. Yeah, because I believe Petalil was the first half. Yeah, the green one was the first half. But yes, I still need to name this one. I'm leaning towards Maru, or oh, what's the other blue one that I was thinking of? Oh, what's the blue evolution called? The water one. Oh my god, it's not Espeon. That's the psychic one. It's not Sylveon. That's the fairy one. It's not Leafeon. That's the grass type. Oh my god. What is the blue... The water... Oh, lale. Okay, you know what? Whatever. It's either going to be... Oh, or I could do Suicune. That's cool as well. So Mario, Suicune, the water evolution, or oh, I could do, it's the little tadpole, not the frogs, but the actual tadpole that I always think is gonna evolve into Wooper. I could do Wooper as well. I freaking love Wooper. He's so cute. Or I could do Wobbuffet. I like Wobbuffet. They're funny. Who knows? But I will put those. You can comment down below which one you want me to do, and I can pick from there. I might post on Instagram as well. What should I name my journal for 2025? But like I said, that is it. I'm so sorry for the rambly ending. But if you did like the video, please like and subscribe. And comment down below, like I said, what you want to see next and what I should name my journal for 2025. And I will see you guys all in the next video, which will be my reading journal setup. I'm actually going to be doing one of those, and I hope I can keep up with it, because I'm going to have to implement reading into my schedule again. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Blessed be.